Now, this is what Baldwin had to say about that gun and the shot. The gun was a Colt .45 revolver, about 6 weeks after the shooting.
This was a completely incidental shot, an angle that may not have ended up in the film at all. But we kept doing this, and so then I said to her, now in this scene, I'm going to cock the gun. And I said, do you want to see that? And she said, yes. So I take the gun and I start to cock the gun. I'm not going to pull the trigger. I said, do you see that? She goes, well, just cheat it down and tilt it down a little bit like that. And I cock the gun. I go, can you see that? Can you see that? Can you see that? And she says, and then I let go of the hammer of the gun and the gun goes off. I let go of the hammer of the gun and the gun goes off.
At the moment. The decisive
That was the moment the gun went off, yeah. That was the moment the gun went off.
It wasn't in the script for the trigger to be pulled.
Well, the trigger wasn't pulled. I didn't pull the trigger.
So you never pulled the trigger?
No. I would never point a gun at anyone and pull a trigger at them, never. Never. That was the training that I had. You don't point a gun at me and pull the trigger.
Except, according to an FBI forensic report, the gun used in the shooting could not have been fired without someone pulling the trigger. Now, when Baldwin was brought in for questioning by the Santa Fe County Sheriff's Office, he seemed to have questions of his own.
I am speechless. We're here shooting, everything was going fine. Joel is my friend. I'm one of the producers on this movie. We've developed this movie together for 3 years. I left my wife and 6 kids in New York to come here for a month to shoot this movie, and I'm the one that shot the gun today that had a live bullet go through that woman's body and into his body. And I need to know, how did that happen? Where did that bullet come from? Where did there are no live rounds in her kit, I'm told.
There was, of course, at least one live round on the set that killed Hutchins, and it'll be announced tomorrow if prosecutors believe Baldwin should be held criminally responsible. Now, before I ask Jennifer Burrell, the president-elect of the New Mexico Criminal Defense Lawyers Association, what she thinks, here are a few factors that make it more likely he'll be charged and those that factor against him being charged. 4, he fired the weapon. He even admits the trigger should not have been pulled and says he didn't do it. But an FBI report contradicts that. And the DA requested and received $635,000 in funding for this case, and even said at a hearing that she's seriously considering charges.
It's become apparent that we will be potentially charging between 1 and 4 people with criminal charges. And with that, and each of those charges will probably include some variation of our homicide statute.
On the other side, it was clearly an accident. Baldwin didn't load the weapon himself, and he was apparently assured it was cold, meaning no bullet. Also, the family of no live rounds. The family of Helena Hutchins has settled their civil lawsuit against Baldwin and intend to finish making the film with him. So they might not even want a prosecution, even though in the end it's up to the prosecutor. What the victim's family thinks certainly can still play a role. Let's ask Jennifer Burrell, the president-elect of the New Mexico Criminal Defense Lawyers Association, what she thinks. What do you think? Indictment coming?
I think there will be. I think it'll probably be an involuntary manslaughter, which is just a 4th-degree felony here in New Mexico. I think they're still going to have a really hard time getting that past a grand jury or a trial jury.
So you think that they are going to move forward with an involuntary manslaughter charge?
I do. I think it's really unlikely that they would have asked for the $600,000 in funding if they didn't think they had enough to go forward on that. I think just from the clip that you showed about Alex's statement to, I believe that's the sheriff's office where that occurred, that's enough on the involuntary manslaughter. Doesn't matter who loaded the gun. I think it's more likely to actually settle on a negligent use of a deadly weapon, which is a misdemeanor. But I think they're probably going to go forward with the 4th-degree felony, or at least attempt to.
Here's why I agree with you. I don't know about the specific charge. Here's why I agree that Baldwin is going to get indicted. And it's for the same reason you're saying, which is that language that the DA used in that meeting where she was seeking to get additional funding. It sounded pretty certain that she was talking about the homicide statutes. Yeah. So she'd basically have to be going back on that. Ever since she said that, I've been saying, I think Alec Baldwin is in real potential jeopardy here. So I agree with you that she's probably going to file some charge under one of those homicide statutes. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your cable provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.